If you've ever lifted a layer of mulch and found dozens of earthworms gathered underneath, you may have wondered if the mulch is trapping them. Some gardeners even think it's a bad sign and immediately rake the mulch away. That's a mistake. What looks like a worm trap is actually one of the clearest signs that your soil biology is beginning to work the way nature intended. Misunderstand what's happening, and you can accidentally dry out your soil, slow nutrient cycling, and reduce the very biological activity that helps plants thrive. One habit that completely changed how I managed mulch was measuring what was happening beneath it instead of guessing from the surface. Mulch often makes soil look wetter than it really is, or hides excessive moisture after heavy rain. That's why I use a soil moisture meter for plants, 12-zone wireless plant water meter, soil thermometer, and light sensor, 4-in-1 TDR tester. It quickly tells me what's happening where the roots actually are, and I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. It's a simple tool that prevents watering mistakes you can't see from above. If you're serious about building living soil instead of just covering it, consider subscribing because later I'll explain why some mulched gardens attract thousands of worms while others attract almost none. What looks like a worm trap is really a biological hotspot. Earthworms aren't hiding under mulch by accident. They're following the conditions they need to survive. Fresh organic mulch shields the soil from direct sunlight, reduces temperature swings, and slows evaporation. Underneath that protective layer, fungi and bacteria begin breaking down organic material. That creates a moist, food-rich environment where worms can feed while avoiding predators and harsh weather. The mulch isn't trapping the worms. It's creating ideal living conditions. That's a huge difference. The worms are responding to microbes, not the mulch itself. Many gardeners believe worms eat wood chips or fresh leaves directly. In reality, earthworms are far more interested in the microorganisms colonizing those materials. As fungi spread through shredded leaves, bark, and wood chips, they soften the organic matter and make it easier for worms and other soil organisms to consume. The worms then produce castings that contain plant-available nutrients and beneficial microbes, helping improve soil fertility naturally. This entire process happens quietly beneath your feet. If you only look at the surface, you'll never know how much work is happening underground. I noticed this after changing just one mulching habit. Years ago, I used to leave several inches of bare soil around my vegetable plants because I worried mulch would encourage pests. One season I decided to mulch every raised bed with about 2 inches of shredded leaves, topped with a thin layer of aged wood chips. Within a few months, lifting that mulch revealed worms almost everywhere. The vegetables noticed too. The soil became easier to work, irrigation became less frequent, and root systems extended much deeper than they had before. The mulch wasn't feeding the plants directly. It was feeding the ecosystem that fed the plants. There's one mistake that can ruin this entire process. Mixing fresh wood chips deep into vegetable beds. Fresh woody material decomposes slowly and temporarily ties up nitrogen during the early stages of decomposition. Left on the surface as mulch, it's incredibly valuable because fungi gradually break it down while protecting the soil. Mixed into the root zone, it can reduce nitrogen availability for young vegetables until decomposition progresses. That's why I always keep coarse mulch on top and let worms incorporate organic matter naturally over time. Nature already knows the correct layering system. Moisture is the hidden factor that determines everything. Worms need moisture, but they also need oxygen. If mulch stays soaking wet because of poor drainage or excessive watering, worm activity slows. If the mulch dries out completely during hot weather, worms retreat deeper into the soil. This is exactly why I stopped judging soil by appearance alone. A bed that looks damp on the surface can be dry 6 inches down, while another may be holding far too much water around the roots. Monitoring root zone moisture helped me stop overwatering and created more stable conditions for both plants and worms. This works beyond traditional garden beds. Container gardens benefit from the same principles even though they contain fewer worms. A surface mulch reduces evaporation, protects beneficial microbes, and creates a more stable environment for roots. Hydroponic growers won't have worms, but they'll recognize the importance of stable root conditions. Healthy roots perform best when moisture, oxygen, temperature, and biology remain balanced. The growing medium changes, but the science doesn't. Here's what your worms are actually building. Every tunnel they create improves water infiltration and soil aeration. Every casting they leave behind contributes nutrients and forms plants can absorb. Every trip they make between mulch and soil mixes organic matter into the upper layers without the need for tilling. Over time, that creates the dark, Crumbly soil structure gardeners often spend years trying to achieve. The worms aren't visitors. They're your underground workforce. When you find large numbers beneath your mulch, don't think of it as a worm trap. Think of it as proof that your garden is developing a healthy biological engine. Keep feeding that system with steady organic matter, protect it with mulch, avoid unnecessary soil disturbance, and let nature handle much of the hard work. Healthy gardens aren't built from fertilizer alone. They're built by millions of living organisms working together beneath the surface. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Farm Logic for more practical gardening lessons rooted in real soil science and years of hands-on experience. Share this video with another gardener who's serious about building healthier soil, and I'll see you in the next one.